How's it going, everybody? I hope you liked the intro. You will see the link to the instrumental on my description below. Also, I will provide like a folder. There's going to be an additional link below that, so you can download all of my instrumental links that I've done for this channel. I mix and master them, I conjoin them. I'm the one who kind of like fixes them up. The only thing I have to gather is the instrumental. But other than that, I just want to say that YouTube has personally been going back to my older videos and has been deleting all of my intro links. The link that takes you to download the instrumental. So like the past 5-6 videos, I don't know. I went way back in time to all of these videos. I think back in November, that's when I started providing links to these instrumentals. And YouTube has been deleting all of them one by one. Like, wow. At least I'd say like 5 videos or something like that. So, but guess what? I went back and reposted those links again back in those videos so I can save you some hassle, some extra work. I provided a folder on that link as well to all of my past beats that I've done for my channel. So it's going to be in the description below. But if you just want this song, this beat in the beginning, same thing. That instrumental is going to be on the description below. Sorry for this long intro. As always, we're going to hit the charts first. And then after that, we're going to talk about the dreams and so on. Also, we're going to talk about the rate cuts in September. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but have you noticed that crypto or Bitcoin pumps every time I upload a video? Like a day, 2 days, maybe even 3 days after, Bitcoin pumps. Kind of crazy. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm thinking too much. I'm going to fire up the charts in a moment. Okay, right now I'm in Bitcoin chart, and well, this chart looks kind of like a mess, to be honest, but I'm at the 1 hour chart or 1 hour candlestick. Let's zoom in. And as you can see at the moment, it's taking a break right now, as there's like a uptrend right here, this green line going up and down. Well, my cross going up and down. It just went through it, so I am assuming this will go all the way down to maybe 117,000 maybe. That's just a speculation, guys. As just as pure speculation, it could also go to like 117.7. Yeah, 117,700. Somewhere around there. We're just gonna wait and see. But if you're long in this, ever since I called it somewhere around 113.5k, if you entered since then, you're in good position right now, because this thing, Bitcoin, is gonna go all the way. To be honest, it's going to go somewhere between 133k or 32k all the way to like 136, somewhere around there. And that's gonna be the next break and retraction. Other than that, I don't think it's gonna hit 140. I do not think for this leg up, not yet. We're gonna wait for the rate cuts. September 17th is the rate cut. They're saying that we're gonna have some rate cuts, so that's really bad for the dollar. It's gonna make the dollar weaker. That's what Trump said. Supposedly, he said we need the dollar weaker to do more deals or whatnot. Well, that's a really bad idea. But to be honest, guys, they're just going to make the dollar weaker so they can replace it with a new currency, the CBDC or whatnot, down in the future, or one world currency. A lot of people don't believe that, but hey, I mean, that's just me speculating. But as for Bitcoin, it's taking its usual retraction before it takes a higher leg up. Other than that, like I said, 133k all the way to 140. I don't think it will pass 140 on this leg up. But if you've been holding ever since, or if you got a buy order or a long order ever since 113.5k, like I did, I got some positions like that. Actually, I took out some positions and I was shorting. Actually, I'm shorting at the moment, but I still got long position, one long position from 113.5k. Actually, I went lower, 113.2k, which is somewhere around let's see, somewhere around here below the turquoise line right here. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember, I post a lot in my what do you call that, community post. I've talked about this in my community post. You could check out those past posts as well, just to recap it. But other than that, it's just taking some retracement at the moment. I am shorting this in my other positions. Same thing with ETH. Look at this beautiful line. It should be taking a break going down all the way. You know what? If you wait, guys, wait for me. Let me see what position I took for ETH, because I did short it. Give me one moment. So for ETH, I did it a little over 4,000. So 4,000 is somewhere around here. 4,000, you can do 4,000, I don't know, 4,020, somewhere around there. So that's what I did, somewhere around there. 4,010, I think that's a sweet spot. There's a little, what do you call that? Whoops, I didn't want her to go to Shiba Inu. Hold on, give me a moment. ETH. So yeah, 4,010. That's the that's my exit price. That's my take profit. Okay, guys. So 4,010 is around here, as you can see my white cross. So from there, we're gonna bounce back up. This could literally, you can do it lower if you want, but as always, trail your stop loss. You can trail it from like, I don't know, 1,000 away from the price point or so, but just trail it. Always trail it. Maybe $500 away from the price point. Always give it air to breathe, because it can always just shoot up wild and then just smash down. But I'm not expecting any wild moves at the moment, except to going up. So it might hit this expired line right here. It can go all the way down to 3,900, somewhere around there, 3,970, somewhere around by this line. But if I jump off the cliff, you don't have to do that either, okay? So these are risk. I am a part-time Forex trader, so I do take risks. So just because I jump off of a cliff, you don't have to do that, okay? So you just keep on the original position of Bitcoin from 113.5K. I told you guys that thing for Bitcoin. Let's go back to Bitcoin. This thing is going to go all the way up, and its cooldown is going to be somewhere between here, 133, 136, 37K, somewhere around there, and it's just going to cool down again. And by that time, the only time that Bitcoin is going to go up another leg up, and this is just a speculation, it's going to be around September, after September 17th, because of the rate cuts, and that's going to flow in new printed money. Like I said, this is not good for inflation at all, and everything else. The goods are going to go up because there's going to be more money in the system. They're not deleting money off of the system, because if they wanted to repair the dollar, they would burn off money off the system, but they're not doing that. They're printing more. So that means everything, all the goods, computers, cars, even homes, everybody's going to be priced out eventually. So it's part of the elite's plan. So that's what they want to do. They want to buy everything, all the land, all the houses, all the real estate. So we're all able to rent from them, and we all live happy, supposedly, according to them. But other than that, we checked out ETH. So let's go to Nas100. Nas100 is like the top 100 companies from the NASDAQ, tech companies. And the same thing here. This is just mimicking. Man, they're all mimicking each other. I told you guys. So the NASDAQ leads Bitcoin. So look at this. This is very reminiscent to ETH and probably even Bitcoin. But yeah, NASDAQ leads the pack of all of this. So I'm just taking my personal trades in here. This thing can go all the way down to, I got to see what price points I took. Yeah, I'm taking profit at 23,300. So 23,300 is right here. So it's really close to this green horizontal line. This is not expired yet, but if this thing penetrates down, yeah, this clearly can go all the way more down. But I think it's gonna bounce back because in 1 month, maybe a little, like over like a month and 1 week, yeah, like 5 weeks from now, we got the rate cuts coming in. So just wait for that. So gold lately has been looking very stagnant, as you can see. It's just up and down, up and down. This reminds me of Bitcoin in the beginning of this year, and the first half of this year, just been going stagnant. So it might just go down before it shoots up. But Actually, I think it's gonna go down more, because the more they print money, what's going to happen is that people are going to dump their gold or probably sell some of their gold so they can trust in the dollar once again. So that's what Trump wants. And you might see gold just going down one more time, maybe all the way down here. I don't even know, like closer to, I don't know, 3,100. So right now we're at, what is it, 33? Yeah, 3,300. So this thing can go to 3,100 at least, 3,100 and or 3,200 probably. But yeah, that's for gold. Let's go to oil. Oil has been going on a downtrend ever since the beginning of this month, to be honest. Ever since actually, yeah, July 30th, just been trending down. I've been putting some downtrend lines, and only until recently it penetrated through it. So after that, I mean, there's a little bit of hope because it penetrates through this downtrend line and it could start going up. But other than that, on the large scale, this is the war line. The war line looks, we're pretty safe. As long as we're under that, gas prices are still low, okay? Take advantage of that, and take advantage of oil if you want to buy some oil. Talking about oil, let's go to Zion oil. Right now, Zion oil, we're trading at 26 cents or almost 27 cents. The market has already stopped because it's already here. What time is it? It's 6 p.m. Central Time, U.S. Central Time. And yeah, this is August 11th, by the way. And yeah, so it's just stopped. It stopped at right under 37, well, practically 27 cents. I'm sorry, 27 cents. So this is a very good news sign. You know what I mean? This is very good news because ZNOG or Zion oil hasn't been in this price ever since June of 2022. So that's been practically a little over 3 years. And this right here, hitting this level right here, that's very good news. This thing is just going to pump up even more. And that's it, what I got for the charts, guys. Let me see if I have anything else to discuss. No, I think that's everything. We already mentioned the rate cuts. Yeah, just be careful of those rate cuts because that means everybody globally, everything is just going to continue to go up in price, okay? After September 17th, if that's what they want, if they want to cut rates, So yeah, just do your investing. Everything's going up. Buy everything while it's still cheap. That's all I can say, guys. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next topic. Right now, I'm going to share a dream that I had back in August 3rd, practically this month. And before I begin, let me give you some context about this dream. But before I get there, let me talk about other dreams that I had similar to this dream. And I haven't talked about so often about financial times or the dark times ahead that I had in dreams or visions. It's been a while that I had a dream or a vision about the financial times ahead. So let me start with the famine one. I had a vision about a famine, and I'm going to play it before I share my dream, okay? So you guys can get a context and everything, where I'm coming from, where we've been so far. I'm sharing this for the new people who are coming to my channel within, I don't know, this year, especially this year. And I know I've had at least several hundreds people, new people in my channel. I mean, I haven't had over 1K subscribers until this year. For all of you guys, like the few hundreds people that are new to my channel and checking out my content, you can go back to my videos, but I'm going to play partial of those videos in here in this video right now. And the first one will be about the famine, about the upcoming famine, okay? And how I got a date or an estimated date about that. That was a vision. Now, the other one, I think it was a dream. Yeah, the other one, it was a dream. I think it came right after. I'm going to set the dates on the videos, guys. And the other one was about the U.S. deficit. I think I'm just going to give you a screenshot of that one so you can look at the video on your own time. God revealed to me more about the upcoming famine, which I know little about. I had a lot of questions about why the church didn't warn us or prepared us for such an upcoming event. I asked God why they didn't warn us and prepared us for this. He replied, "Oh, I warned them, but they chose to ignore my voice so they can be pleasers of men." When this event happens, I will expose the church nakedness, parentheses. The nakedness means their unpreparedness. Then I saw a big white bold number 2 that signified that it'll come in 2 years. After the 2, I saw a number 3. And the 2 and 3 were flickering back and forth, signifying that the famine will last 2 to 3 years. Amen. This new dream that I had, I have a relative, and she works for corporate America. So I've advised her to invest her money, right? Because I know she does a good amount of money per year. But I've advised her, hey, why don't you get in crypto? Get you some crypto. And she said no, she declined. Get you some gold and silver. And she was like, nah, I'm fine. So I'm the guy that would advise her to invest your money or encourage your money to make money for you, right? But she usually declines. I don't have to take care of her investments or her money. She can do it on her own. I just want to let you know where she's coming from, right? About her outlook on investing. Let me begin with this dream. So I was in this cozy Japanese restaurant. It was nice. I was in one of those long tables where you sit down and eat with other people or strangers or people you don't know. I kind of like that in a way, I guess it depends, right? I guess it depends, because depends on the person if they're giving you a good vibe or not. But anyway, the thing is that I was sitting here and I was talking to everybody. Like, I guess I was talking to at least 3 or 4 people, at least, maybe more, 5, 6. But I had a small crowd around me. We were sitting down. I had my laptop fired up, opened up, and I had my charts in there, and I was advising people to invest in crypto, to get in crypto. I'll help you right now. You know what I mean? I don't recall myself eating, but I did have my laptop fired up and then talking to these few people around me. And it looks like I was having a good time, just chatting up. We were just talking about investing. I think it was just primarily investing in crypto. We were just talking about investments. And I've heard somebody in the background, and it sounded like it was somebody from these people I was talking to. Remember, I was talking like between 3 to 6 people around me. And I've heard in the background someone say, yes, everything is getting expensive. And then I told her, it was a young woman, like in her probably 20s or maybe 30s, like around my age. And then I told her, yeah, this is the main reason why you should start investing now before things get more expensive. Everything's just going to go up. And then I saw my relative, the girl I was talking to you about the corporate America. She was standing with some other, with another guy or two people. I don't know. It was some other 2 people with her. She came professionally to my table. Actually, she just popped up. She just popped up out of nowhere. And then I saw some screens behind her. I saw some screens like candlestick charts behind her. And then she was like, yes, you're right. Everything is going to go up. Because my account manager told me that hyperinflation is going to begin post-October. I froze up. I got pale. I looked at her and I was like, what? To be honest, all what I'm doing right now is a lot of speculation. And not only speculation, but preparing God's remnant to invest, how to invest, what to do with your gains or whatnot. Just showing you guys what type of moves I'm doing. But I got surprised when I heard her, because she was the main one who would decline all my offers about investing. Now, she'll probably save. She'll know how to take care of her money and all that. But her, out of everybody, she'll be like the last one on earth to talk about investing. And that's what she said. She looked at me. She was already standing like on the edge of the table, like several yards away from the table, and she came close, and then she said, yes, that is true. Everything is gonna go up. Everything is gonna get more expensive, she added. She also added, my account manager told me that hyperinflation will start post-October. Now, when she said that, I saw a vision of her, and I saw her around a lot of screens, computer screens, and she was taking care of the company's money. Now, after the dream ended, I came up to her and then I told her, do you have an account manager? Like somebody that takes care of your finances or anything like that, like a financial advisor or anything? She was like, no, I don't. But she did add it, but I do work at the financial sector of my company. I was like, oh, okay. In the dream, yeah, when she said account manager, she didn't only refer to her assets. She referred to her company's assets, the company she works for. And I totally got surprised when she told me that, because she had insider info. When she said that, I already knew she had insider info. These people, the elite, it's like they're already planning this right ahead of time. Now, guys, let me give you a disclaimer. Let me give you some warnings, okay? And I know I know a lot of you guys are eager to wait for me at the finish line, like I said in my other video, maybe around November, because I came up with a date, and you guys are going to be waiting for me with pitchforks and torches and saying, I thought hyperinflation was going to come October or post-October in November. Now, let me give you a warning. A lot of people might confront me and say, why this didn't happen, or why it hasn't happened yet, or David, you fooled us. But guess what? Be careful with that. Give prophecy some time. A lot of times God warns his people way ahead of time. But right now, what God is telling me is that the window to prepare is getting very slim to none. And basically, we're like 2 months away from October, 3 months away from November, let alone, if that. So just want to let you guys know, some people might boast and say, man, your prophecies didn't come to pass. And thank God they don't, because you got to pray about it. And there's some things that we pray about it just so we can get prepared. And we cannot cancel because it's biblical. Things that are supposed to happen on earth are biblical. Many times we cannot stop that if God doesn't want it that way. I mean, he can only delay it so much. But other than that, he wants us to prepare. Sometimes God will tell his people, all right, it's time to leave Sodom and Gomorrah. It's time to head to Nineveh. And not only that, some people might be waiting on a finish line, and then y'all be saying, nothing happened, Dave. You're just a fake. You're just orchestrating stuff. Stop listening to that. Maybe God is not talking to you. But guess what, guys? I've seen many times that people start boasting against these certain prophets or whatever. But then again, the prophecy does come to pass a year, 2 years later. Let alone, I don't think this is going to take that long. Because on the other prophecy, like about the famine, God was giving me a timeline like around 2026. And I shared that dream like in, was it 2024? I posted the date. Honestly, I'm recording this before I edit the video, guys. So I just want to let you guys know. But other than that, God might surprise you. He may surprise you and be like, you guys could be saying nothing happened, but guess what? The next month in December or January or March, hyperinflation kicks in real hard, real fast. And another thing, guys, I am not always correct. There are some dreams or prophecies that I had and they didn't come to pass. I'll try to come clean whenever I remember. How about that? A good example will be, I'm going to post a screenshot of it, is when I thought that the wealth transfer or the first peak will come around spring because of a dream. Now in this dream, it did emphasize it was going to happen sometime in the spring, but it never told me what year. Now I always put dates, but that was me in the flesh. I thought it was going to be the next spring, or even the spring of 2024, or even the one that just passed, 2025, because of the, that was a year's time from the halving. And nothing really happened. It did kind of peak, but it kind of stayed stagnant after, after January. From there, it was just pretty stagnant, up and down, and Nothing really happened when it's supposed to. And that brings me back to that question. I am still praying about this, but should we still continue to hold our crypto post-October? We got to think about it, guys, because look, if hyperinflation kicks in, and it depends on the severity, on how hard this thing kicks in, that can actually ramp up the collapse of the banks, because people are going to panic and they're going to try to withdraw all their money to survive in these times or in these upcoming times, because the prices are going to be elevating on everything. Week by week, maybe even day by day, or for sure month by month, because hyperinflation is another phenomenon. Something that we probably haven't even faced. I know Venezuela faced that, and you already heard about Zimbabwe. But we have other currencies too that face that in the future, and the effects are more than likely long-lasting until a new currency comes. And that's another topic right there. A new currency, aka the beast system. The mark of the beast, as many people say. And that could actually, that could be positive for the cryptocurrency, whether it be the CBDC or whether it fails. You know, it could fail. The CBDC could fail and it can be replaced by something else. Because the CBDC, remember that it's controlled by the elite. And what they want is total, full control of what you do. They can shut down your money if you talk down on the social platforms. Or what if you say something and then they shut down your account? It's like an on and off switch. It's total control, and they can see where you spend it. I mean, institutions right now, they can see where you spend it, but this time it's going to be a lot more stricter, because what if they remove cash all at once? I mean, the only thing we can actually buy is that it could be untrackable would be precious metals or bartering. Look, let's go through some points right now. And also, you have to think about, what if the gas prices go up? Remember, if oil goes up, gas prices goes up. And if gas prices goes up, what if it takes $50 to fill your tank? $100 to fill your tank, $200 to fill your tank. What if one day you wake up and go to the gas station and it's $6 per gallon? I'm talking to the people in the US. I know everybody else in the world measures by liters. But in the US, we measure by the imperial system. But back to the US citizens, because that's the metric system I use, that I'm familiar with. What if you wake up and it's $7, $8, $9 per gallon? It makes you not even pump gas anymore. It makes you question your job. Is my job even getting paid? Is my side jobs, is my gigs, is my profession even cutting it? You know, this is part of hyperinflation. Everything goes up, and your pay's supposed to go up too. Everything's supposed to go up. That's the downside of money printing. You put more printing in the system, more money in the system, and that's what it does. It's supposed to increase everything in price, and your pay's supposed to increase too. But if it doesn't, oh man, there's gonna be chaos at the workplaces, big time. But you know what? I was looking at this list, so I'm gonna go through this list real quick if I can. And it's 10 points. And then in these 10 points, they have bullet prints. And I'm going to try to read through it pretty fast if I can. But I like this guy. So we can keep an open mind of what's ahead when inflation hits the fan. All right. Let's go to the first point. The first point will be triggering event, initial shock. And then it says excessive money printing, unsustainable debt, collapse of confidence in fiscal policy or external shocks like global conflict, energy collapse, default will trigger rapid inflation. Next one is interest rates are low or manipulated now, and the central bank may continue quantitative easing, fueling the fire. Number 2, inflation accelerates. Inflation moves from manageable 5 to 10% to 20 to 50% plus monthly. People rush to spend money quickly as it loses value by the day or hour, called velocity of money spike. Savings begin to evaporate. Number 3 is collapse in confidence. The US dollar loses credibility domestically and globally. Foreign countries begin dumping US treasuries. Investors exit bonds, shifting to commodities, gold, and foreign currencies. My goodness, the Iraqi dinar, huh? The Korean won, the Indonesia rupiah, the Vietnamese dong. What else? The Uganda shilling. Anyway, let's go. The next one is the stock market initially rises, but it's misleading. It's just inflated prices, not real growth. Number 4, prices skyrocket. Parentheses, daily life breakdown. And then here goes the other points. Grocery prices, fuel, rent, and medicine become unaffordable or inconsistent. Price tags are frequently updated or removed altogether. Businesses hoard inventory or switch to barter. Shortages hit essentials like food, fuel, medicine, and toilet paper. We haven't even hit the meat. Well, meat is under food, but just imagine meat prices. Come on, the protein, chicken, all of that. Oh my goodness. Anyways, utilities and transportation systems may start collapsing or requiring alternative payments. Number 5 is wage price spiral and labor chaos. And then it says workers demand daily or weekly payments. Strikes and labor unrest explode. Employers either fail to keep up or fire in masses to cut costs. Many small businesses close due to cost or looting, which is kind of happening today. Unemployment surges and people turn to informal work or black markets. Number 6, collapse of financial institutions, which is bank freezes withdrawals or limit account access. This is what we've been telling you. When you cash out your gains, like you put it on a stable coin, don't send like millions into your bank account, because this is, especially like hard times like that. I'm gonna reread this again. Banks freeze withdrawals or limit account access. Bank runs accelerate collapse. Retirement accounts, pensions, and fixed income sources become worthless. The Federal Reserve and government might issue a new currency, digital or physical, to quote unquote reset. Number 7, breakdown of public services, like local and federal governments can pay workers. Police, fire, healthcare, and military suffer services interruptions. Crime spikes, looting, home invasions, and organized theft increases. Infrastructure begins to deteriorate quickly. Number 8, social unrest and political fallout. Protests, riots, and widespread unrest begin. Government may declare martial law, impose curfews, and censor media. Political upheaval or even civil conflict is possible. New or extreme parties may rise, promising quote-unquote order or quote-unquote reform. Number 9, international fallout. U.S. loses global economic leadership. The dollar is replaced in global trade, parentheses, likely by a digital yuan. Oh my goodness. Gold-backed currency or BRICS alternative. The next one is U.S. military influence weakens without economic fuel. Meaning, yeah, okay, so the U.S. military influence weakens because we don't got the funds to fund them. That's what it's trying to say. Foreign bases and diplomatic relations are cut due to budget collapse. And last but not least, the reset or recovery eventually. After collapse, a new monetary system is introduced, possibly a gold-backed or asset-backed currency, or a CBDC, a central bank digital currency under global oversight. International institutions like the IMF, World Bank, or a new Bretton Woods-style agreement step in. And last but not least, economic rebuilding starts. But trust and prosperity take years or decades to return. Long list. Sorry about that, guys, but I'll try to go quickly on that. But just giving you some points of the what ifs after hyperinflation. So anyway, that's all what I have to share at this moment, guys. I appreciate you listening.